Karl Marx, Sherlock Holmes, two things you wouldn't think are connected. But then again, Brigham Young is a villain in the first book, so I don't know what to expect anymore. Honestly, a more appropriate title for A Study in Scarlet would be I Hate the Mormons. I can't say that. Anyway, you saw the title. Marx, an implication if not a name, is a passing suspect within the first Sherlock Holmes book. The first Holmes book, written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, was published in 1887, but set in 1881. These dates will be important later. And by later, I mean in 30 seconds, because this video is short. The book itself says that a newspaper, the Daily Telegraph, said about the case at hand, the German name of the victim, the absence of all other motive, and the sinister inscription on the wall all pointed to its perpetration by political refugees and revolutionists. Watson also states that a different newspaper, the Daily News, argues the despotism and hatred of liberalism which animated the continental governments had had the effect of driving to our shores a number of men who might have made excellent citizens were they not soured by the recollection of all that they had undergone. This is true. After the failed 1848 revolutions, moderate liberals and revolutionary socialists alike fled to London. The UK at least guaranteed free speech, even if the Brits had a German count as their God-given monarch. Marx was in this latter socialist crowd, and he lived in London until his death in 1883. This puts the events of the first Sherlock Holmes book in the last 2 years of Marx's life in England. And in general, I guess. Marx's influence is arguably only obvious in hindsight, but he was nonetheless one of the most prominent leftist thinkers and revolutionists in his day. So when Doyle writes of socialists, revolutionists, and men soured by the recollection of all that they had undergone, I believe it's very possible he was thinking of our broke German friend. But what did Holmes think about this theory? Well, to put it simply, no! To put it more complexly, I will quote the great detective himself. It was simply a blind intended to put the police upon a wrong track by suggesting socialism and secret societies. Marxists were only a suspect to the newspapers, which Doyle portrays as nothing more than bumbling tabloid rags. And importantly, Marx himself never comes up. But I wouldn't get any views if I titled this video, In the First Sherlock Holmes Book, Some Newspapers You've Never Heard of Whined About Socialism.